Hello students, today we are going to discuss the chapter 1, the story of village Palampur, part 3 of class 9th social science economics. Let's get started. In the previous session we have learned about the introduction of the chapter, the story of village Palampur, and then we learned about the village and then the organization of production. As we learned, the first requirement is land, the second requirement is labor, and the third requirement is physical capital. Physical capital is further divided into two parts, that is tools, machines, buildings, and raw materials and money in hand. Then we discussed about factors of production. Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital is known as factors of production. Then we discussed about the farming in Palampur. Then we discussed, is there a way one can grow more from the same land? The next we have learned about the Green Revolution. And then, will the land sustain? And then, how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur? And then we discussed major crop areas in India such as rice, wheat, jowar and bajra. Now, who will provide the labor? After land, labor is the next necessary factor for production. Farming requires a great deal of hard work. Small farmers, along with their families, cultivate their own fields. Thus, they provide the labor required for farming themselves. Medium and large farmers hire farm laborers to work on their fields. As clearly shown in the graph, percentage of people working in India. The next, the capital needed in farming. Well, the modern farming methods require a great deal of capital so that the farmer now needs more money than before. Most small farmers have to borrow money to arrange for the capital. They borrow from large farmers or the village money lenders or the traders who supply various inputs for cultivation. The rate of interest on such loans is very high. They are put to great distress to repay the loan. And then the sale of surplus farm products. The farmers have produced wheat on their lands using the three factors of production. The wheat is harvested and production is complete. Farmers retain a part of the wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat. The traders at the market buy the wheat and sell it further to shopkeepers in the towns and cities. Other large and medium farmers sell the surplus farm products. A part of the earning is saved and kept for buying capital for the next season. Thus, they are able to arrange for the capital for farming from their own savings. Some farmers might also use the savings to buy cattle, trucks, or to set up shops. Now next, non-farm activities in Palampur. Dairy, the other common activity. Dairy is a common activity in many families of Palampur. People feed their buffaloes on various kinds of grass and the jowar and bajra that grows during the rainy season. The milk is sold in Raiganj, the nearby large village. The two traders from Shahpur town has set up collection cum chilling centers at Raiganj from where the milk is transported to far away towns and cities. Then transport, a fast developing sector. There are variety of vehicles on the road connecting Palampur to Raiganj, rickshawalas, tongawalas, jeep, tractor, truck drivers and people driving the traditional bullock cart and buggy are people in the transport services. They ferry people and goods from one place to another and in return get paid for it. The number of people involved in transport has grown over the last several years. Now, summary of the chapter, the story of village Palampur. Farming is the main production activity in the village. Over the years, there have been many important changes in the way farming is practiced. These have allowed the farmers to produce more crops from the same amount of land. This is an important achievement since land is fixed and scarce. But in raising production, a great deal of pressure has been put on land and other natural resources. The new way of farming need less land but much more of capital. The medium and large farmers are able to use their own savings from production to arrange for capital during the next season. On the other hand, the small farmers, who constitute about 80% of total farmers in India, find it difficult to obtain capital. Because of the small size of their plots, their production is not enough. The lack of surplus means that they are unable to obtain capital from their own savings and have to borrow. Now, some multiple choice questions. Question number 1. How are the wages paid to the workers? As food, in cash, as crops, all of these or none of these? Next question. Which factors of production is scarce? Labor, land, capital, both B and C, or organization? Who hires the laborers to work on the fields? Small farmers, government, large farmers, medium farmers, or both C and D? Next question. How do small farmers get capital needed in farming? They borrow from traders supplying many inputs. They borrow from large farmers. They borrow from money lenders. They borrow from bank or all of the above. What is now next question. What is the most abundant factor of production? Labor, land, organization, capital, or human capital? Next question. Which of the farmers supply enough wheat to market? Medium farmers, large farmers, both A and B, small farmers, or government? Now last question. Which non-farm activities are fast developing sector in Palampur? Dairy, transport, manufacturing, shopkeeping, or none of these? Now the chapter has almost completed. Thank you.